All right, so this is Unit 3, Lesson 7, and basically what we're going to talk about here is we're going to talk about exponential decay. So most of the stuff that we've been doing so far has been exponential growth, where something is actually growing. But in this case, we're going to be talking about something where the value is actually getting smaller, which we would call exponential decay. So Malik bought a new car for $15,000. As he drove it off the lot, his best friend, Will, told him that the car's value just dropped by 15% and that it would continue to depreciate. Depreciate means lose value. 15% of its current value each year. And can we just stop for a minute and say that this dude, Malik, he needs a new friend because Will, not very nice. Okay, just throwing that in. Dude just bought a car. And this guy's like, oh yeah, and by the way, it's just going to lose all its value. Okay, cool. Thanks a lot, Will. If the car's value is now 12,750, now this value is 15% off of 15,000. So basically what this we're using this as the starting value because according to Will, the second he drove it off the car lot, it automatically dropped by 15%. So now it's only worth this much. And we want to know what its value will be after the next 5 years. Okay, so let's go ahead and complete this table really quickly. It's not that hard to figure out. Basically, what we're going to do is we're going to take 15% of this number, and that's what goes right here. And remember, in order to get 15%, we're going to take this and we're going to multiply by 0.15. Get this, and then to get this number, we're going to take the value minus how much it's depreciating by, and that gives us our new value. And then this number gets transferred over to here. This is a complicated way of making a simple table, but let's go ahead and see if you can. Let's do the next one together, and then you can finish the rest of the table on your own. Okay, so here we go. So in order to figure out what goes in this box right here, I'm going to take in my calculator. I'm going to take 10,837.50, which is this right here, and I'm going to multiply it by 0.15. And what I get 1,000, and you should do this along with me. Make sure you're getting the same numbers. 1,625 point, I'm going to round because we're talking about money, to 63. And then to get this last box, I'm going to just take 10,837.50 minus the number that I just calculated. And now I have that the new value of the car is 9211.87. And that number we bring down and we put in the next box because that's the start of year 2. Okay, so go ahead and actually, you can pause the video here. I'm gonna pause the video as well. I'm gonna fill in the rest of this table. You don't have to watch me do that. And then we'll get back together with a completed table. Okay, so you can see now that I've completed the entire table. So why don't you pause the video for a quick second and make sure that your table matches my table. And then let's go ahead and answer these questions here. All right. So it says, write an explicit formula for the sequence that models the value of Malik's car T years after driving it off the lot. Okay, so what we notice is that every time the value of the car is going down by 15%. Now, we've talked about when things are the same, it's 100%. And then if things were growing, we would take our percentage and add it on. So if we were growing by 15%, then we would say that that's a growth factor of 115%. But since we're going down by 15%, what's actually happening here is our 15% depreciation, since we're going down, it's actually 100 minus 15, which gives us a growth factor of 85%. And of course, we're going to turn that into a decimal just like we always do. So that's going to be 0.85. So that means that we can still follow our normal y equals a times b to the x. A is our initial value. B is our growth factor. So in this case, the value of Malik's car is going to be $12,750 times our growth factor. It's really decay, but we call it growth factor of 0.85. And since they told us to use T, there's T. Okay, so then what we want to do is it says use your formula from question 2 to determine the value of Malik's car 5 years after its purchase. Round your answer to the nearest cent. Compare the value with the value in the table. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to our calculator and we're going to plug 5 into our formula and see if it matches the table. So if I go into my calculator, $12,750. Oh, I think I've got an extra. Do I have an extra zero in there? Let's take care of that. I got a little crazy with the zeros. All right, so this is supposed to be 50. All right, there we go. So $12,750 times 0.85 raised to the fifth in my calculator. When I put this in my calculator, I get $5,657. And since we're rounding to the nearest cent, that's going to be 24. And if I look up, what you're going to see is that this value actually appears right here. And that makes sense because that's exactly, this is the value 5 years after the purchase. So this is the value 1 year after the purchase, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. This calculation over here is to get to the next year. Okay, so these are the values. This is actually, if you put it in your calculator, these are the values that we get. So it works. So what you really need to understand, what you really need to take away from this lesson is since we're talking about decay, the value of something decreasing, then we need to subtract our percentage from 100 rather than add it. That's really the main theme to this lesson. And then you can practice that in class. See you then.